howdy. Howdy doodies. Did you do your duties today? Your duties and your duty? I hope so, to keep things flowing naturally and normally, you know? Anyway, what was I going to go? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh. It's going to be short and sweet. Last but not least, or leastly but not last, is y'all know nothing about economics. You know a whole lot about money, but not about economics. Those are two different things. Money is money. It's paper. Economics is the ecosystem, no more IC. Did you get that? I hope you got that. Write it down. The word economics, and then break it down and dissect the word. Echo, no more IC. Money is not eco, or does not equal eco. No more IC. Money leads to no more eco. IC. Do you get it? There were codes left for us to decipher, but we're all airheads. There's nothing in here, in between our ears and eyes. You don't have a brain. You don't know what it is. You don't know how to use it. You don't know what it's for. You just think it's up there just to be in there to take up space. That's all it's doing. I gotta go. Bye. Oh, wait, I gotta add to that. The main point. The main part. Okay, here's an example. Coming from someone that's a nobody, that has only been in college for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks of a semester, and it was all refresher courses except for algebra. They gave me intermediate algebra because God knew. It wasn't advanced. I can't remember if it was intermediate or advanced, because God knew that I was more advanced than the others. I knew that, God. I knew everything. I knew all the good and I knew all the bad. But unfortunately, the bad stuck with me instead of the good. You did it, not me. Anyway, you did it your way. You fucked with my confidence. You fucked with my self-esteem. You fucked with my, what's the word? My existence. My, what's the word? I'm eating my good spinach. I just hope it says it's already washed and ready to eat. I hope so. Because sometimes I wonder. And the reason why they've made the spinach all messed up, where I got bags where it's all been nasty and cut up and broken, because I didn't make fun of it, but I questioned that how could they pre-wash? It says washed and ready to eat with a check mark. See? That's the Aldi's brand. The little salad bar. Okay? Great for salads and cooking. Fresh and nutritious flat leaf spinach. Excellent source of vitamins A, C, K, folate, and manganese. Oh, what happened to magnesium? I thought there was magnesium in this. Good source of potassium. What happened to magnesium? Not manganese. I thought there was magnesium. How could I have been mistaken? What is... I gotta find out what's a good source of magnesium. Because that's what I need. And I'm over here thinking... Oh, thank you, Jesus. I was getting such a bad stomachache. Ooh. Because I haven't ate. So my pancreas was acting up. Because I had nothing but a Slurpee and a little bit of water and some sips of tea. Because Aldi's didn't have any bananas yesterday when I got this. I couldn't buy another banana. And I don't like Walmart's bananas. Because they don't taste right. They taste, I don't know. I'm not used to the taste of the Walmart bananas. It's some weird name from some other country. I don't have the same taste buds as they do. Anyway, the economics, no, I don't even want to say economics, because the world is not operating according to economics. Well, it is. It is, but it isn't. You don't understand. You'll understand, though, in time. Economics. That's my way of saying it. Not you could say it economics, too, because it's going to echo later on when you don't see no more. When you no longer live and you no longer have what you need to live and survive, or it becomes very obsolete or very scarce. If I'm saying the right word. I gotta get my dictionary out. Kelly, I need to get my dictionary out. I'm too lazy. I don't have the energy because I don't get to eat as much as I should. They're draining me of all my energy. They're sucking the energy out of me every fucking single goddamn mother freaking day. Luke Bryan, don't start with me! I swear to God. Don't make me. Oh my God, out of all spaces, they got a park next to me. Oh, okay, I thought so. There you go. Good job. Stay there. You stay there and I stay here. I'm sitting here with my leg open. Well, yeah, up on the dashboard. And my door open. My windows are half open, but it was still hot. And I stink. I haven't had a shower in 4 days. And I haven't changed my clothes in 4 days. And I've been sweating. And dealing with cleaning a homeless person's filthy, dirty, scummy, gnat-infested. The flies were all over him. He had open sores, wounds from them grafting skin on his foot or from somewhere. I don't know. He was disgusting. He had sores from lice and scabies all over him, and from him scraping himself on the ground, They let him. I wish I could have taken a picture or a video of it, but I didn't really get to do that, and my phone was not very charged and everything whatnot. So, and I didn't want to invade on his privacy. But they really fucked him up. He was like a Jesus when they whipped him at the thing. He looked. It was, oh my God. They better fix him up and clean him up. Because if not, they'll have to deal with me, and they don't want to deal with me. But anyway, economics. What is it? Can you explain it? And can you explain money? If money was the answer, why is there so much suffering and people experiencing pain, suffering, and loss, sickness, infection, disease, disaster, dysfunction, disorder, defect, deficiency? If money was the answer and you got all these people working and the economy is doing so well, explain the money and the economics, because there's more people suffering than there are people working. Many numbers are going under the radar because nobody wants to they forget about those that are dying and sickly and suffering. They forget about them. They no longer matter. Okay? Until the next shift takes place, and until the cycle goes around and starts to affect you, or becomes closer to affecting you. Because it will. No one's going to escape. The longer we continue to go around and round on this same broken, corrupted, dysfunctional, corrupted, forsaking, neglecting, flawed, and faulty system, Did I mention non-conducive and all the jobs and works of iniquity? Yeah. There was one cashier in Dollar Tree yesterday. One cashier. The line had like 10 people with like carriages full or baskets full of things. Because the owners want to get rich and they want to work one person to death so that they can make more money and rack in more money quicker and faster, because they got to price things so expensive. Raising the cost of items is not going to get you more money, honey childs. What's going to happen is all that product and material is going to go to waste. And the businesses are going to close down, and then it's all going to be stolen goods, and people are going to take them and steal them and take them for themselves because they don't have the money to buy the products. So my next thing about this money and economics, see, I'm spoon feeding. What am I doing? I'm sitting in my car with my door open, airing myself out to dry, so to speak, and to eliminate some of the odor, because I kind of smell. Not too bad, but I'm starting to begin to stink. So, and I'm eating my spinach. Because I really don't want to eat bread, but I have to, and I got to pass gas. Oh, it was just a little air bubble. Okay, so, and right now I'm talking about the economics and the money. The money, if the answer was money, none of us would be homeless, living in our vehicles, unable to drive our vehicles, unable to afford to fix our vehicles, and we wouldn't be sabotaged by the mechanics. When they fix something, they do a fucked up job, then they make you have to come back and do it all over again, or they make you think that that nothing's wrong with it because they think I don't know nothing. But I would do my homework before I go to the mechanic. I could do it myself. But I'm homeless. I'm a female. I don't have anybody to watch my back. So if I'm under a vehicle doing the work and I go and buy the tools and everything, I have some. But if I bought the tools and the parts, I wouldn't have any money to survive because I don't have enough to buy the tools and the materials or the equipment or the parts that I need to get the job done. And I'm not safe out here. So I can't do it myself, so I have to pay a mechanic. And all they do is fuck me. Just like I've been fucked my whole life by my daddy and his clan. And how he's been sending people to fuck me since I was 5 years old. Walking to and from school, even in the classroom. He had little Ricky, little Spanish Ricky that lived on Charles Street above the store, Nick's grocery store. And little Spanish Ricky was sitting at the back of the row in the classroom. I was at the head of the class at the front because I had a problem with my eyes and I couldn't see from the back. So she moved me up to the front. And then little Ricky was put in the back. And what he did is because I knew him because he lived right across the street from me and with his sisters, brothers, or whatever, the other kids. And so sometimes we would walk together to school because my mom was sleeping from being fucked all night by Richie or by being kept up in the wee hours of the morning. So she couldn't get up, or she got up to get us ready and then she went back to sleep. Because she was depressed. She was trapped because she didn't do her thinking and thought process. She didn't do her homework, research, and study before she got fucked and had kids. Before she allowed my daddy to fuck her by taking advantage of her under the influence of alcohol and marijuana. So anyway, and then at his apartment with his best friend at that time and his girlfriend, and they all had like an orgy. And his friend kind of almost slept with my mom, but didn't go all the way. So she was trying to tell me that he was my father. And yeah, there was a little resemblance because he was short, I was short. but I had him tested with the DNA first. Because, yeah, I really wanted him to be, because I already knew my father's name, my daddy's name. I didn't want him to be my daddy because I knew his character. And I didn't want any part of him being a gang member. And being that kind of, that gang mentality. Like Richie, I didn't want to deal with a Richie type father. And that's what he was. So that's why I didn't reach out to him until I was 24, almost 25 years old. And he disappointed me, just like I knew he was going to, because I knew that he was the culprit behind the scenes fucking with my life all my life. Anyway. I went off track, see? Okay, where was I? I was talking about my mummy and how little Ricky, and he pulled out his penis in class. Okay, when he got my attention and I looked back, he had his penis in his hand and trying to show me, goes, pss. And that just brought to my attention the video that went through my post, one of the posts that went through my news feed, where some guy tells someone in the video to call your cat and go, oh, it was a car, it was a sticker on a car, I think. And they did that, and the cat just went meow or something like that, but they didn't get the joke of it. Okay, that means the punani, the cat, you know. So how do you call your cat, or go pss, 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 pss. And you have to see it to understand it, and then I would explain it. But anyway, and that's what little Ricky did to me. He went pss, to get my attention, and I looked back, and I was only 5 to 6 years old, because it was either kindergarten or first grade. It was one of them, because I went to the same school. Actually, no, I didn't. Wait a minute. What school did I go to kindergarten in? That was Maplewood. Maplewood School. I think I went to Maplewood for part of the year. And then went to the Shelton School. I think that's what they called it, Shelton School. And not off of Tom Thumb Street Park, but behind the Tom Thumb Park, which was behind the house that we lived on Tom Thumb Street. But at the time I went to that school, my mom and I and Richie were living on Charles Street. So what happened? So yeah, that was at 5, 6 years old. Then he walked me home one day and took me on the side of the house near the peach tree, and he tried to kiss me. Now, I don't think he was 5 or 6 years old. I think he was older. I think he might have been maybe 8, 9, maybe. I don't know, but he was a lot older than he should have been in first grade. So yeah, so that was that. Then again, when I was 7, I got molested all the way until 10 and a half years old for 3.5 years by my child molester, during which my mom left us with other people, and my sister and I were put in situations to almost being taken advantage of by older boys, which wasn't their fault, and I have never mentioned really about that, and I don't, because it's not their fault. It's my mom's fault. And I almost fell victim to that when I was older, because I started to get, my sexuality was, throughout the years, was being awakened. And it should never be awakened that young. Okay? That's why you're not supposed to kiss or make out or have sex in the same room or same bed with your children. Okay? They're not supposed to be, it's called abuse. Because it's like pornography. And it's like you're molesting your children by doing those actions in front of them. So anyway, where was I going with this? Okay. The people's mentality is sick. Their mindset is stuck on smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking. And my thumb, when I moved it, I still have that lock, that trigger finger. It like wants to lock up, and I can't bend it. If I bend it, it hurts, and it stays locked. So I can't bend it. It hurts if I try to bend it, or even it affects the grip that I don't even have, really, because I'm weak. I'm physically weak. I haven't been able to work out since 2017, 2018, when I first joined the gym. And I don't know how I did. I wore makeup. That's how I did that. I wore makeup. But anyway, I really need to charge my phone in the library, but I don't want to go in there. They close in 2 hours. And there's only a few cars here, but there's a lot of homeless people in there. And those are the ones I gotta watch out for, because they're the ones, and then the keyboards are all dirty. So there's like no cars out here, or maybe a few. There's like 10 scattered throughout the parking lot, not even 3. Some of them are the employees and whatnot. But anyway, I need to peel my carrots because it's going on 3 to 4 days, and if I don't do them now, and they're right in the sunshine, and the bugs are getting at them. I didn't even get to finish eating my egg. Like 4 eggs went to waste. That's the second container of eggs that I didn't get to eat all of. And I haven't been able to buy potatoes because they're $5 a bag now, which is still okay. But because everybody's coming to Aldi's to buy potatoes, the price is going up. So I should have kept it secret, but I couldn't because they kept making my potatoes go bad. And I had to buy another bag, which made me pay more money than I would have paid at Walmart for one bag that I would have probably got to 8 or 5 pound bag. But when I bought the 10 pound bag at Aldi's for less than $5, they made it go bad. And I could never use them to heat it up at the store, because it would be either I wouldn't want to go during the day and mess with the business, so I would go at night. But they screwed that all up because I was tired of taking showers at night, or having to because when I would take showers, they kept on infesting me with the bugs. So I fell asleep and had to fix myself and take medicine and wash my face with bleach, soap, water, and soap and water, and put my medicine on and take medicine. And then I would go back and go take showers, and they would infest me again all over again. I could never win. So, you know what they're doing? They're setting themselves up for a fall. See, what you do to other people, you will fall into that trap. Oh shit, okay. It's up all the way. You need to turn your phone up. Y'all better fucking hear me. Muted. That's muted. It should be up now. But yeah, I had my phone down a ways, so you probably didn't hear me. Can you hear me now? So anyway, so my life has been fucked up by my daddy and mommy my whole life, because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were not ready. They were not equipped. They were not established, not prepared, not ready. And they sold me out to the church to be used, which is just like a slave. So I'm telling you of my experiences and why I'm suffering and why they're not suffering, because they sold me out as a payment for their sacrifice so they could get more time to live, because they didn't do their homework, research, and study, and they fucked themselves at an early age. They fucked me at an early age, and now I'm suffering because of them and because of what they did to me, and what them doing to me, what made me do. Okay, now you can hear me better? Okay, good. So, Yeah, I had my phone downward. Like, you're right, I should have put it upward. But I can't because and I don't have my phone holder. I have to hold the phone. So anyway, people think money is the answer. It's not the answer because nobody has enough of it. And when they get enough of it, the prices just go up because people want to take... It's like a Monopoly game. Okay? And that's not the way life was supposed to be. But nobody has learned. See, God has made, and people have made up these games to awaken people to say, hey, wait a minute. Like, when I played the Monopoly game with my foster family, my second to last foster family, the one I was with the longest in Stratford, Connecticut, on Highland Avenue. Whatchamacallit, Michael, their youngest son, was like the winner of the whole game. And for some reason, he got to win all the good properties. So every time we passed the board and landed on him, he got all the money. And I'm like, okay, now that you won the game and you put us all out into bankruptcy, now what? Now what happens to the people? And they're like, and oh my God. And oh my God, my back is itchy. But the money system is broken and corrupted. It always has been and always will be until we get it right. And we haven't gotten it right yet. And we have the things in place, but we're not using them right. It's like my mommy had her kids, had her life, had the man, had the home, the apartments, but she had misplaced priorities. And when you don't have the right priorities, or you're flawed and faulty, and you have poor management, poor budget, and you have habits and addictions, and you don't have the money to afford those habits and addictions and to take care of yourself and the man and the children, and then you go and have another child thinking you're going to get more money from the state. But in reality, what happened? Richie just took more money, and he got to drink more better drinks, and he got to live better and eat better. That's why he drank every day of his life till morning till night, and he ate like a king. He got to live to be 69 years old. He didn't lose no gallbladder. He didn't have ulcers. Not until God got a hold of him. And he paid the price in his last days. And the last couple of years of his life, he suffered horribly. Not as horrible as he should have, but he did. But he didn't have a great life either, though. I mean, he got to live a free ride with my mom for 35 years. Off of our money and off of her working and off of their children. Or child. But he had to suffer because he had, He had, prostate problems. He had problems with going to the bathroom. He could shit good, but he couldn't go pee out his penis. Or he was up and down all night. He couldn't sleep because he was up and down all night and all day to go pee, even if it was a little bit. Or he would have the feeling like he had to go, and he couldn't go. So it kept him up all night. See, God don't like ugly. And the reason why he suffered that way, because he was that lion in my mom's den that chased out her cubs and made me have to work at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, 3 jobs, living on my own. I still couldn't afford to eat. I got ulcers at 16 to 17 years old from starving. My mom wouldn't even give me a box of spaghetti that cost her 50 cents. Back in the day, they were two for $1, the Ronzoni or the Mueller's. And she would not even let me get 50-cent box of spaghetti to feed me and my sister until my payday. Because I had to pay money to move into an apartment, or I had to pay rent, and I had to buy her thing. I don't know, but when I went to court to get custody of her, I didn't know, so I wasn't really fully prepared, and I didn't really tell the judge. I had a license, but I didn't have a car. So I couldn't go pick her up in Westport or West Haven at Hallbrook, wherever. I can't remember if that was in West Haven or Westport. I got it confused. The shelter, the humane shelters in West Haven? I can't remember. I got to look it up. Where Hallbrook. She was in Hallbrook. And all she was doing there, the girls were burning themselves with cigarettes. And then they were using the aluminum packages with the pills that they were given to tattoo names into their skin. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, she's crying out silently for help. And I'm thinking to myself, and I asked my high school teacher, Chris, and Joanne. It was really Chris. It was a female, but they called her Chris for short. Christine, I think her name was. But she liked to go by Chris. And I said, I don't know if I should go for custody of my sister and help her. I don't know, being that I live on my own, should I? And I didn't really have time to think it through. I did a little bit, but I kind of went against my own judgment. And I said, well, let me just go ahead and because I said, well, if something happens to my sister, it would be on my conscience. Even though I'm not her mother, I felt like it would be on my conscience that if something happened to her, if something seriously happened to her, or she was killed, or she got sick, or something, which she did. She came down with a disease from messing around with so many guys. When I went to work and worked 3 jobs and did something positive with my situation, she went the route of sleeping around with boys and hanging around with the friends, okay? So it got her sick and got her to catch herpes. Then, a few years later in Florida, when her and her boyfriends, or her boyfriend at the time, I don't want to give his name, because he was also kind of a victim, but he allowed himself to be used by the devil to be with her. So it was kind of his, nobody knows the full and complete truth of all this shit. It's all a part of a family generational curse, and how parents are not parents the right way, and they're not parenting their kids the right way. So anyway, when I let them stay with me and Joe, and of course I knew that they needed a shower and they needed to eat and whatnot, and they thought that because I was with Joe, they thought he had money. He didn't have money. Yeah, he worked at like grocery stores like I did. He didn't have to pay rent like I did before he met me. He got to save his paychecks. Okay, and his family lived in a house that was already paid for by their grandmother, or actually her husband, that passed away and left the house to her. And then my Joe's father, Joe Sr., was had other kids by another woman. They were jealous of Joe and his brother Jim getting to stay there, and they were getting to stay there, so they opened up a court case, and it went into conservatorship, because they tried to get the grandmother on being incompetent, which she was, but my Joe's father and his mom didn't have the money to pay the bills. The bills, nor the upkeep of the house, nor the taxes, or I don't know, whatever fees, whatever else. But so they lost the house eventually, because the banks made the street flood and made a water main break, and it destroyed the Joe had a whole bunch of comic books and baseball cards that he bought throughout his childhood. I don't know if he got to salvage any of them, if he did, but supposedly a lot of that stuff got destroyed. And then my carpet with my Panthers on it that Joe bought me for a present one year, it was only like $50 or something like that. And it was I was pregnant already, I think. Or no, I wasn't pregnant. And he said, well, do you want the payment to go towards your braces or your carpet? And I chose the carpet because I didn't have the money to go get my braces, because the payment was $100 a month. And I had lost all my jobs then. And even with the cable company, I lost the cable company job before I got the braces, because when I was working, I didn't have time to go get the braces. I should have just paid Joe off the $500 he used to help me. Because, see, my daddy put him in my path when I started working for Pathmark. Joe was working there already for a long time. Okay, so anyway, you distracted me, damn it, with that notification. Something about Israel stopping aid to something else. And why is everybody depending on everybody else? That is the first thing to sabotage, self-sabotage. Depending on other people. It gives them the ability to pull the rug right from beneath you and trip you up. And that's what they're doing to the country, to the United States of America. Because the people are lazy, selfish, and greedy. And they're working jobs of iniquity and works of iniquity because they're smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking, having kids by this one, that one, this one, that one, having boyfriend after girlfriend, boyfriend after girlfriend after boyfriend, boyfriend after boyfriend, girlfriend after girlfriend. You're disgusting. Oh, I got a headache. My sugar levels is low. Because I don't have enough sugar. The Slurpees are being poisoned. They're not sweet anymore. They put chemicals in them. The same thing they did to the sodas, they're doing to the Slurpee. And it was attacking my teeth. They're trying to attack more of my teeth to ruin more of my teeth. So that I have to get them all pulled out and get false teeth. That ain't gonna happen, because before that happens, they will fucking die. They will fucking fall and die hard as a motherfucker on concrete. They will fall harder. Anyway, you messed me up. So anyway, Joe was sent to be a helper to me because of my daddy and his clan's perception and wrong perception and wrong everything and wrong understanding when it comes to the Bible. Because men think with their dicks, with their peckers. Okay? And that causes the whole story to be twisted and wrong. Because they're not starting from the beginning, because they don't know that the problem is with their peckers and with the vaginas of women. Because you don't know how to control. You don't have self-control or self-discipline. Nor do you have the understanding to know, well, wait a minute. Well, if I impregnate her and if we have relations and we plant the seeds into one another, or for male and to female, and multiply, then we have to work harder. Because, see, Adam did not learn his lesson by taking care of the animals. Nor did he learn the lesson in life, or for life, or to life. And just like my son is only getting partial truth because I didn't allow him to impregnate his dog to have puppies. Because I'm like, Brandon, there's enough puppies in these freaking stores that are being bred and that are being abused and neglected and forsaken. And not only that, the shelters. Many animals are being put down. They're being born and then they're being put down or abused by people because they don't have the money to take care of them, nor do they have the time to spend and take care of them because of the system not being conducive to life. But my son doesn't know that when he was born into this world, it was all fucked up. And I was hoping that throughout me raising him, the world would become better. But God messed it all up. My daddy playing God thinking he's a smartass, but he's a dumbass, peckerhead, fucktard, just like the rest of you. I'm getting a phone call. Yes, I do got the saying down pat. 904-839-885. remember the number that called. I didn't even take a picture of it. But I will when I post it. Anyway, I was interrupted by the phone call. At what time? 3:36, 3:37. That's representing 2006 into 2007. Or what is that saying? I don't get it. 7:33, 6:30. I don't get it. Why did I get a phone call? Or was it the numbers in the phone call I'm supposed to pay attention to? Because I don't get the time other than 2006, 2007, 33. What's the 6 and the 7? 1996, 1997? That's kind of like what I'm talking about, those years right now. Okay, so I'm talking about the years of 1996 and 97 when my stalker, my one-stop possible soulmate, came back from his unexpected going away. He didn't turn into an angry, lying, acting obsessed stalker until after 96. Actually, yeah, he was a stalker then because I was with Joe and he thought I chose Joe over him, but I don't know how much he knew about what led up to me being with him. It wasn't my choice. It was my situation and circumstances that my daddy and his clan put me in because of the biblical experiments that they were doing with my life, Mother Mary and Joseph, if you get the understanding of the Bible. So they were trying to play me as the role as Mother Mary and Joe as Saint Joseph. But he was not. He was anything but a saint. He was a good person. I don't even want to say good person. He wasn't. He was working. Okay, he graduated school, but he was not perfect. Okay, and I knew his flaws and his faults, and I could see right through him. He thought I didn't know what was going on back then. Nobody knew I knew. Okay, because I acted dumb. I acted like I didn't know, but I knew. Okay, the Holy Spirit informed me. My inner spirit gave me a vision. Okay, was with me the whole time. I'm not talking about the behind the scenes people, my daddy and his clan and my stalker. I'm talking about my Holy Spirit within me, Jesus Christ. Okay, that informed me of Joe and everybody else in it. I knew about my mommy. I knew about the whole thing. Why do you think I didn't reach out to my daddy? They even put me in a foster home in Stratford, Connecticut, right down the street from my grandmother, my daddy's mother, Alice Costello. It was Alice Costello, right? Alice Costello. Carrie Underwood sent me a friend request. Anyway, I gotta make my salad. And I'm so fucking sweaty. I'm not going to take a shower today because I gotta wash my face and put medicine on. I gotta take some medicine to help clear it up. Because I got the boo-boo there. I had a Band-Aid and medicine on last night, but it's still sore. And this one's almost gone. Then I got this one, these three, and a buggy. And then I got the one on my neck over here and the one on my cheek. But that one doesn't hurt, but I know it's there and it's still got buggies. That one hurts and it's still infected. And these three. So I got to wash my face with some Clorox and water and Dawn soap. But I don't have to use a lot of Clorox bleach because it's like very strong. And I did the mistake of using too much last night. So I couldn't really do it for a long period of time. And I can't get the Top Job bleach anymore because they're not selling it in Dollar Tree anymore. So I had to spend double the money on Clorox, on a small container of Clorox, and on an awesome bleach at Dollar Tree for my clothes. I used the Clorox for my face and to sterilize my car. And then the awesome bleach for my clothes, my white clothes, washcloths and whatnot. Anyway, which I gotta do. No, I don't have to wash clothes. I only got one. No, I'm not gonna wash clothes yet. I'll wait till I take one more shower. I am not going to my son's until Tuesday to pick up my headlight that will be after I have my car fixed, after I get my struts done. Because I don't think they're going to be open Monday because of Labor Day. And if they are, it'll probably be hard to get the parts. I don't know. So I'll wait till Tuesday. Because I got to take a shower Monday night. So I may try to sneak in tomorrow. I don't know. If I clean my skin today and put medicine on with Band-Aids and clear it up tonight and tomorrow, or today and tonight, and if I wash my face twice and put medicine on and take medicine, it might be able to get me in tomorrow to take a shower. But I got to clear this up a little bit better. It would have probably already been cleared up if I had washed my face instead of been distracted by the devil to take care of other people instead of taking care of myself, which is what the devil has done to me all my life by making me have to take care of other people or spend my money on everything else but me, and not being able to take care of my health and to find out what was wrong with my skin, which was lice and scabies since I was 16, 17, or 18, when I had to live with my child molester in a filthy, dirty home with roaches and germs and fungus and mold and germs, and I couldn't stand it no more. So anyway, and then with my diet, I ate a lot of sugar and donuts and ice cream, and then being around a shower full of fungus and mold, like a thick green all over the shower, and I had to scrub it by buying sponges and Ajax, and I went through container after container and bleach after bleach, and the shit still wasn't it was still disgusting. But anyway, so let me get to the point here that I was trying to make about the economics. I haven't even touched on the tip of the iceberg yet. Okay, I'm explaining it now because I worked 3 jobs, part-time but full-time hours. Part-time pay only like $5 to $6 an hour, and I only reached $6 an hour after working with them for 2 years, and I only got 1 paycheck worth of that $6 in my check, which I was going to be able to use to buy clothes for the job that I wanted to get at Cablevision. But then I had to quit Dunkin' Donuts about 2 weeks early because they robbed me twice at Dunkin' Donuts. They didn't rob me, but they robbed Dunkin' Donuts twice on my shift. So I didn't want to give it a third chance. And I knew it was because Tracy, I think her name was Tracy, the heavyset black girl, wanted to come back after having a baby. I wasn't angry with her, knowing what I knew, because I knew she was a good person, but I also knew that she wanted to come back to work because the manager told me. Little Kim, which she was Chinese, Filipino, I don't know. She was like my height, and she reminded me of my grandmother in Florida from my mom's side. So she said, Shetty, Tracy called, she wanted to come back. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So she's probably telling me, okay, that must mean that I have to quit to give her the job, because, you know, I knew she had a baby, and I knew she couldn't work during the day, being on welfare, and I knew the scenario because my mom my mom went through that, and I went through that when I had custody of my sister, so I kind of knew what she was being faced with. So I didn't expect them to rob the place twice to get me to quit. Everything will be closed, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to have my car fixed on Monday, so I have to wait till Tuesday then. I knew that. But it's like it's on its last leg. I cannot wait past Tuesday. So I got to get my struts done, and I'm going to hopefully try to afford to get my ABS done. But I got to finish taking apart my car so that I don't have to pay them an extra hour of labor. So I can use that extra hour of labor. I don't know, I'm going to have to get a pay advance. But then that pay advance is going to mess me up for next month. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I might have to wait till the month after to get my ABS sensors. And that's going to cost me a lot. And then I'm gonna have, and I was gonna hopefully get the car seats done, and get the 2 front seats, and then work on the interior, and the body work I need done, so I can make it look good again, and fix my hood, and have the engine mount, and all that soldered back into place, or not back, but I have to get a whole new mount, not an engine mount, the mount for the hood that it rests on. Because it got dented and pulled off, so I have to get a new one so they can resolder it back on in place, and then I got to get the radiator. I got to get the whole new radiator, the whole radiator core, because the piece that goes to that's going to be a lot of money. I just thought about that. They're not just going to be able to do the fender, the side wheel fender, the driver's side, because to connect it to the radiator, the piece broke off to the radiator. The plastic part that went over the metal frame, it broke off, and it was attached. So I need the whole radiator core, and they have to take everything off. So that's going to cost me a lot of money, because I didn't have coverage for my car, only for the other car. But I'm paying $2,400 a year for car insurance because they made me get into accidents because they're assholes. Because I was doing something for somebody else and it made me get into an accident. It's a scam call, but it's because of my stalker and the hackers that are using these numbers. And when I use them, when I call them, they're out of service or no longer in order, whatever. So and the numbers have meanings to them, and at the time that they come in. Sometimes it's the message is just in the numbers that are in the number. So anyway, it's funny. Then there's a lady that resembles my Joe's mother at a younger age, because she's the heavy set, but with gray hair, and then the guy walking with her resembles her son, the one that passed away from stomach cancer. Then the lady also resembles the girl that had kids by my son's father's brother, Jimmy, which when he was younger looked like a younger Tom Cruise. And I don't know if they were both, my son's father, Joe, and his brother were on Kids Jeopardy when they were younger. So, they thought they were so smart. Which, Joe might have been the smarter one of his family and lasted the longest because his mom and dad and their errors and mistakes affected their family, and the younger son was used as a sacrifice, and they allowed my son's father to live because God was using him in my situation. So he got a free ride off of me. As the devil was using my son's father, Joe, he got a free ride and got the easy route. I didn't have an easy route. I've been homeless for the past 20 years. And my first 20 years was not very good because I had to struggle. I never had it easy. I had to work 3 jobs to live on my own. I had to go to school. I had to work 2 jobs, then 3 jobs during the summers or the vacations or the winter vacation and spring vacation. I would rack up my hours at work. But I still didn't get anywhere because I was trying to buy furniture or TVs and VCRs or bicycles that kept getting stolen. Because I didn't have the money to buy locks and the chains. So where am I going with this? I haven't even touched on the subject that I wanted to about the economics and money. Okay, I'm going to skip right over to that because I could be here talking about my life. I'm scratching my back with my cultivator. from Dollar Tree because it feels good. And I don't have nails or long nails, and my fingers hurt. My fingertips hurt. I don't have, like, from my diabetes, because I'm like borderline diabetes. I control it with my diet, but it's kind of on the verge of low to high sugar. I'm kind of like on the line where I don't require that much more sugar than like I used to, like back in the day. I gotta unplug my phone, and they're not letting it charge. I've been here for like 2 hours already charging my phone while I'm sitting here with my car off, and my tea is getting cold, and I can't drink it because I gotta eat. It's still hot. It's good. I'll drink the rest of it finally in a minute. And I gotta eat. My carrots are getting all rubbery, so I gotta peel them and eat them with my salad. And salad dressing, so I don't taste the bad texture. So anyway, that'll take me about an hour. And once the distractions are gone and I end the phone, they allowed it to charge, but not much. 45%, which represents 4 to 5 a.m. of Breaking Dawn Part 1 when it ended, between 4 and 5. And he made me get to work late. I was supposed to fill the donuts and get them ready for the store to open at 5 o'clock. Luckily, they had the other guy come in to take over my shift. Because, well, not really take over, but to open up in time, because my stalker kept me from leaving, and I didn't leave. I went back in after I left and took a step outside his door onto the little porch and down the stairs. I didn't go down the stairs, but I was about to, and he wouldn't let go of my arm. Then he started to tremble because he knew that he would never see me again, possibly never see me again, or never get the moment to be with me again. Knowing that he knew that what could happen, that I could probably die or whatever, and not make it through the wilderness or the desert that I was about to go in for the next 20 years back then. Because it's been how many years? It's been 18 years since 2007. That's where the 18-19 comes in. It's in between 2007 2008. So it's been like 18 to 19 years since 2007. So anyway, it's been 20 to 21 years I've been separated from my son. Because it was between the time he was 5 and 6 years old. In 2005 to 2000, it was 2005, he was 5 to 6 years old. Ow. Then, like almost a year and a half went by before I got to have visitation with him. Because I had to go to work for CVS to help me insure my car, my Dodge Stratus, my 1999 Dodge Stratus. But that didn't help because I couldn't afford to fix whatever was wrong with it, because my daddy put James Lynn in my path, and he kept taking my money and causing me to go through a lot of my money, like Richie did to my mommy. I said, no, you gotta go, motherfucker, you gotta go. We can't do this. He started doing drugs, reminding me of Richie. I'm like, no, you gotta get the fuck out, you gotta go. But then he made him come back into my life while I was staying with my grandmother in her condo, and he was just a part of the bad process because of my daddy and the curse upon my family. But anyway, there's a paramedic. 223, number 223. And that represents Richie when he died on March 22nd of 2015. And the time is 3:55, 3:56. Anyway. See, I'm not really hungry, but I have to eat, and I'm eating the spinach. But I've got my tomato, my avocado, my onion, my olives, my carrots, my garlic. I got to get all that put into the salad with my tuna and make that, even though I really don't want to eat tuna, but with my bread, because my bread is going bad too in the bag. So, this leaf was all, see how it was, see? So that one's going out. I'm not eating that one. But that's not bad. This isn't that bad of a bag. Look at this one. That one's huge. Is that even a spinach leaf? I didn't know they got that big. Damn. That one's starting to go bad from the moisture. But I like the stems because that's where the life is in the vegetable. But the ones I like are like the baby spinach. You see how they're crinkled? They're like crinkled. I love that. The texture and the dark green. I don't like the flat leafy ones. I like these. See how the spinach is starting to go bad? See? And if I don't take them out, the whole bag will end up like that. And like the ones at the bottom. Not too bad. It's still pretty good. Get off my finger. Ah! I got a little sharp pain in my stomach. Ooh, that hurt. I wish I could have an omelet. But I gotta eat all the other stuff. I should go make an omelet. I should go get some more eggs. I might do that. Because I have to drive. But I don't want to take out the headlight and put the other one in, because then I have to take out the whole thing and do the other side too, and I have to wait till Tuesday. So I'm just going to wait till Tuesday. Thank you, Jesus, for the blessings seen and unseen. Thank you for your grace and mercy that you bestowed upon us all throughout these years of many trials and tribulations, for the meaning and purpose of your will to be done in your kingdom. Got an itch. To bring forth your truth and reveal the lies so that we may be able to live life as it was meant and supposed to. I got buggies trying to crawl up my nose. I got to do my nose hairs again. Itchy because the buggies are trying to get into my nose hairs. Jack Sealskilly, whatever that name is, of the produce thing. I wonder where they moved to. I don't think they're down on Okeechobee anymore. I would love to go to work for them. But they wouldn't pay me enough. And I have licensed scabies. I have to get rid of my licensed scabies. Donald Trump, I need a job. Enough to pay me to afford a home ASAP. But I really don't want to be in Florida, though. I don't like Florida no more. I haven't for a very long time. I won't give away where I like, though. Because, see, if I give away the place that I like and that I want to go to, everybody else will flee there. You know what I'm saying? They'll take over the white American dream. After they fucked Florida up and turned it into a fucking party zone, a party fucking city, like New York, a bunch of fucking fucktards. And there's no real, like, there's no home. It's not like the Florida doesn't have the homes that I like. And I can't afford multi-million-dollar homes right now. And I really don't want to, because those are too big. And I don't want to have to hire someone to clean my home because I don't want nobody in my home that's going to try to poison me or destroy me. No. I mean, I could clean a 4 or 5 bedroom house. I don't really need that much, but I would want a home for me and my son for the rest of my life. So I would need, if I were to get with somebody, I would need a bedroom, a main room, like all master bedrooms, because that would be my forever home. That would be my forever place. I wouldn't want to go away on vacation. I would make my home that vacation for life. Unlike y'all that get all this money and have all these multi-million-dollar homes, but you're still vacationing all the way away from home. You're never using your homes. Why do you need all that money? Why do you need them big homes when you're never even in your homes? You're always out and about. You're not even using your homes for what they're for. Give them to me. I want farmland. And I don't mean, I want animals, but not a lot. But the farmland I'm speaking of is like fruits and veggies. I want to be like the Garden of Eden. I want to have the Garden of Eden in my home, in my yard, in my acreage, in my acres. I gotta shave my nose. I gotta take out my nose hairs. But I want carrots. My eyes need carrots. My blood. See the spinach that goes bad? It turns dark green and nasty and old and nasty. It smells and makes it smell nasty, and one piece makes the others go bad because it's water. It's leaf. It's a leafy. It's green. It's water. And see how it starts to get wet and moist, and then it goes bad. See the dark part from another leaf. So it starts to get wilted. The moisture in it starts to make it like wrinkle all up, and then get soggy and go bad. And that's what happens to a lot of my bags of spinach. But when I keep my door open, it's a lot cooler in here. Got a messed up thing, and I don't know if I want to eat that. See, that's the one that I didn't want to eat. I don't know if I want to eat that one either. The other ones are pretty good. But anyway, see how that one's all messed up? This is a pretty good bag. Not a lot of them are messed up. Except this one's going bad, so I gotta get rid of that one. Yep, that's it. The rest are pretty good. That one's no good. There's some more down here in the bottom. See? They're like the little small pieces. Uh-oh, I found another one. That one. See, this bag doesn't have, they took off the stem part. See what I'm saying? You see what they do to me? Oh. See how it's starting to go bad? See? Then we got that one. See, there was a lot more in here that are bad. I didn't see that. It's from the bottom because I scooped it up from the bottom, so the ones that are sitting on the bottom. So, what was I saying? I forgot where I left off. The rest are pretty good. I'm going to put this in a bowl with my carrots. Actually, I got to peel my carrots first and then shred them and rinse them to get all the nasty germs off them. Yeah, so let me go. I'll continue, but in the process, my butter's going bad. I didn't get to use that for my spaghetti, my pasta. They fucked up my whole life, man. And my ice is melting. It's almost melted. My whole cup. because it was like, oh, my thumb. Ah, see? Ow, that hurts. What, 98 degrees? 98 degrees, huh? What's today? August 30th? It's saying my other headlight will touch down on September 2nd. That's 1992. That's what September 2nd represents. 1992. The 9th month and the 2, the date, also represents 2009, which represents the continuation of Breaking Dawn Part 1 that ended on, it either ended on the morning of the 18th or the morning of the 19th, in December 18th and 19th of 2007. I can't remember which day it was. I don't know if it was midnight of 2018 or midnight of 2000. No, it had to have been midnight of 2018. I think it was. Or was it 2018 into 2000? I can't remember what day it was, because I've had 10,000 phones since then. But anyway, what was I talking about? The economics and the system. Let me skip over what I was talking about and forget about all that. I'll catch up with you another time on that. I'm sure God will make me start from that point where I left off in explaining whatever by sending me another post or whatever. But I gotta wash my face, I gotta eat, I gotta prepare my food, drink my tea, which I wanted to do while I was eating my sandwich. But I'll have to pay for another cup of tea. I almost drank the whole cup of tea. Wow, that's a fucking amazing. 30 ounces of tea. I can't remember if it's 34 ounces. I drank 34 ounces, man. Holy cow, in one sitting. I hardly ever do that. It usually all goes bad at like half of it. I'm not drinking no more. You know why? Because my other tea bag broke. And I don't want to drink from the tea leaves. Because I got an upset stomach already. I don't need more. Wow, I got to drink the whole 34 ounces of tea. Okay, 33 ounces. Because it was 33 ounces because I just had to pour out an ounce. And I didn't have much, I forgot, I didn't have many cloves in there. So that's why it didn't really taste all the greatest. Because I love cloves in my tea, man. They're so good. It gives it a flavor. Oh my God, so what should I do? I need to wash my face before I put my cream on. I got 3.5 tubes. Actually, I only got 3. Because this one is like almost a third of the way used. And then I have about a third of this left. So I only got 3. So this is 1 tube. And then I have 2 others. But I get to get another 2 this month in September. So I'll treat myself with this again this week. And I should get that thing from Dollar Tree. But I don't think that might work. But how am I going to carry that into the gym? I mean, I got so much stuff I got to carry on with me already. But I might go and get it. And I can't remember what Dollar Tree it was. It was the one, okay, it was on military. Right? Yeah. My teeth are hurting. I haven't brushed them in 4 days. Thursday, it was Thursday night, Friday morning, so it was since Friday, Saturday. No, wait a minute, Wednesday. I didn't take a shower Thursday, it was Wednesday. Wednesday night, Wednesday morning. It's winsome again. Maybe you missed my message earlier. I need your eyes on this message. No, you don't. Whatever. What was I saying before I got interrupted again from that message? I didn't take a shower Thursday night. I fell asleep. So it was Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going on Sunday. It's going on 4 days tomorrow. I'm going to try to take a shower tomorrow. I wanted to go in today, but I'm not. I'll make it in tomorrow. I'll make it in tomorrow. I got to wash my face and treat my face overnight. So I got to stink for one more day. Half a night. But unless I go south, but I'm not going to go all the way south to go to the one that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My main location where I started the membership. I am not going down there until after I get my car fixed. And I really don't want to go down there. Because that'll be too far of a drive. And I don't want to see any of my cousins, and I don't want to see my aunts. Uh-oh, I hear, nope, it's gonna rain. I hear either thunder in the distance or it's an airplane. But it looks cloudy. The clouds are rolling in from the southwest. That's thunder. That's like a distant thunder. 4:14. Yeah, I know. You spelled the word throw wrong. Throw. That you better threw the egg in the bowl. Yes, I know. I always wash my bowls out. But I got a couple more I could use. So I can use those. But I can't buy the eggs because I could, but I don't know. I might leave and go there. But I gotta peel my carrots first. Because I gotta eat my carrots. No, see, I can't, because if I make the eggs, I'm not gonna eat with the carrots. The carrots are gonna have to go with my salad first. So I can't have the eggs right now. But them two that just came back out from the library, they resemble my son's father, Joe's mother, Jennifer, and her younger son that passed away a few years ago. Actually, in 2014, I think. No. It wasn't 2014. I forgot what year it was. It was a few years ago. Wasn't that long yet. I don't think it's been that long. It hasn't been 10 years yet. 12 years. No. He hasn't been gone now. No. He died after Richie. I don't know what year. I have to look it up. Hey! 4:50. And that represents when I left my stalker at 4:15 on Breaking Dawn 1. So, the last thing I'm going to leave you is with, because I wanted this to be a short video. The way I was going to say it, but then I ended up going into detail and anyway, economics and money. If money was the answer, we'd live in a perfect world. Everybody would be fine. Everybody would be taken care of. There would be no one would be experiencing pain, suffering, or loss. Other than natural causes. From maybe old age or whatever that happened before in the fucked up system in the Old Testament. Anyway, what was I saying? According to the money system, according to the invention system, Okay, because money, you have to make things, right? You have to make things to sell things. Get this, okay? Get this. Here we go. You ready? You listening? Okay, get this. You ready? Listening. Put your thinking caps on. Forget about everything. Think about this. Now, according to the money system and the invention system, okay, for that to work, how many people are in America? What is the population in America? Okay, think about that. Everybody that's in America, okay, they need a job so they can make money, so they can pay for the bills and the rent and all that, the car note, insurance, blah, blah, everything that we have to do today, right? And plus, okay, whatever the amount of population is, I got to look it up. I did once, but I forgot, and I didn't post it. I forgot all about that and whatnot. But anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to list I'm going to look at the population. I'm going to Google the population of America, whatever amount that is. Picture this, okay? We need a business for every single person, because now they all want to have a business, right? They all want to have a business because they need money. They need a job. They want to be their own business owner. So everybody needs a job. Okay, so however many that population is, we need a business for every single person. Now, further, we need a building for every single person and their business. How are we going to fit all that in America? Get this. Plus, where we have to grow our food and our fruits and vegetables. Okay? Then our homes. So, however many people in America, we need that many homes. We need that many swimming pools. We need that many bars. We need that many cars. Because everybody wants to go fuck, smoke, drink, drug, sex, party, fuck, suck, dick, and lick. Okay? But yet they all want a home that they're never in. They're at work, or they're out smoking, drinking, drugging, sex, and partying, leaving their kids home alone, leaving their kids with their parents, or leaving their kids with the older child, or with a babysitter that gets raped, or the children get raped and molested, or they get, you people. Or you leave the kids home with the father or the boyfriend, they rape them and molest them or kill them. You people, what the fuck? But you want to go out and drink and smoke and drug and sex and leave your babies at home. I didn't want to bring my son to daycare because of me knowing the kind of people that are out there. I know, because I almost became one of them from the experiences I went through as a kid. And then by my mommy rejecting me and my daddy not being there for me, okay, I had to give up my virginity to a guy, and we were very, of course, because I got to imprint that on your mind to make you understand that's the problem in America. That's the sin. Those are the sins of America, of the people that are causing the breakdown. It's breaking down their health, breaking down the families, breaking down the businesses, the work, everything. Their health, it's all connected. That's all. I'm not saying no more. If you don't have the mind to understand, because see, you yourself are a smoker. So, oh no, God made it for us to smoke. No, he didn't. Man made it for you to smoke. And whatever man made is bad. Because he twists and contorts it and adds to it and does this and does that. And it's bad. When you change the make of something and do something, like if I were to not eat the spinach and I were to cook it, which people do, it takes away from the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I don't like cooked spinach. It's disgusting. I like it raw, plain, dry, in a salad. Okay, that's how I like it. I don't like cooked spinach. I do like the greens, the mustard greens and the kale greens, I think, or whatever that the black people eat, that my spiritual mom made for one Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was amazing. She made them. Oh my God. And I would eat them every day if she made them like that every day, or if I could get the recipe like that and make them like that every day. I would probably get sick of them, but they were good. They were really good. They were tasty. They were seasoned. She cooked them within something. But the way she did it was amazing. And they have some bamboo thingies, it looks like, that they're giving to some other people. It looks like bamboo, I think. I don't know. There's some kind of sticks in it. I'm thinking it's bamboo. I don't know. I don't know. It could be something else, but there's two of them. One person got one and the other got one. I don't know what it is. But I think it looks like bamboo, but I could be wrong. It's got like a little bit of a root at the bottom. I don't know. They're about 3 or 4 feet tall. They're long sticks, and they got stripes. So I don't know. But anyway. So anyway, if you're following me about the amount of people in the world, and we have to have a home for each and every one of them. They have to have a job for each and every one of them. So we'd have to have however many people there are in the population. I'm going to go with a number of like 7 trillion. Not in the world, but in the United States. I'm just going to limit, or I'm just going to refer to the United States, because I don't care about another country. I'm speaking in terms of the United States of America, because that's where I'm from. I don't give a fuck what Timbuktu does, okay? I do, because what they do affects us. But anyway, it affects their people, and impacts their people. And I'm getting a boo-boo. All right here. I've got to wash my face and shave. I'm getting a couple of them. I got to wash my face with some bleach. Longer than I did last night. So anyway. What was I saying? So, if you understand what I'm getting at, according to the money system, we would need not just the jobs, but you need the homes, the jobs, the cars, the food. You need enough food for everybody, and according to everybody wanting businesses because they think that's the answer, it's not the answer. They just wanted to copycat the so-called Americans, the white people, thinking that because we owned businesses in the very beginning, but not all of us did. We had poor white people. Just like there is rich black people, there's poor black people. The same thing with the white people. There wasn't always all rich white people. Okay, there was poor white people among white people. Okay, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they are, bamboo sticks. So anyway, we'd have to have the amount of businesses, the amount of cars, all this material, things that people are making to sell for items to make money, and they're cheap. They're not even useful. They don't even last. And I don't have the money to keep on purchasing. Like the spinach. I can't purchase a bag of spinach every day for $1.79. I don't have the money for that. I want to eat more than just spinach. I want to eat it with onions, tomato, avocado, carrots, tuna, egg, bread, salt, pepper. Oh, that's what I gotta go. I need pepper. I gotta find my pepper, and I don't know where the shit is. I gotta go searching for that. So I gotta do that. So I gotta get away from you guys. I gotta get off of here. So I hope you're following me. In order for the economy to do well, according to the money, actually that's never even gonna happen. Because it's never gonna break even. It's like the movie Gifted with the little girl resembling me as a child. The money system is not doable. It's not conducive. Okay? Because it's not working, it's not functioning, it's flawed and faulty. It's not going to work. Okay, and the movie never said why it wouldn't work, because it didn't really explain it in detail. It didn't come out and give you the answer. You were supposed to figure it out in your mind to awaken your spirit so you would find out the truth. But nobody ever did that. They never took it far enough. Everybody just keeps on repeating the same old cycle that we're doing of money and working and the fuckery and the smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking, and having kid after kid with this person, that person, or having kids before you go to work and make money, and without being prepared and equipped and established and ready. So your recipe is all flopping. It's like a house of cards. You're building on a house of cards. Or you're building a house of cards where it has no solid foundation. Because the houses of today have been there for a long time, and eventually they're going to come up with problems. And you don't have the money or the resources to pay to have it fixed. And you don't know how to fix them yourselves because you're busy working these inside jobs or going to fucking suck this one to make money. Or to sell drugs to this one and that one. They don't have money to supply you for your life. I don't have money to supply you with your life. I don't have money to pay you for drugs so you can pay your bills and provide for your family and your home. That's not going to work. You see, are you following this? Do you understand? I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. And I'm tired of itching because of these bugs. I'm tired of not being able to take showers. And I'm tired of having to go to the gym to shower for them to reinfest me with dust. And dust mites and scabies and lice. When they sprinkle it on me with their dusters after they go into the garbage or into the AC unit or somewhere and they get all that dust in the corners and they come over and sprinkle it on me with their dusters. After they sweep and mop. Then they come out with the dust. You're supposed to dust before you sweep and mop, honey. That's the right way. So you keep on doing your shit, you're digging your own graves. Because what's going to happen? It's going to cause your businesses to close. Because eventually, and all of your business owners, just a heads up here, you know why you end up losing your businesses and why they close down? Or why they're sued? Because of your workers that do shit like they're doing to me. On the same note, the same thing with the United States. While you're worrying about the money and getting the jobs right and the money right and the equation right, they're fucking you while you're over here trying to get this right, thinking that's the answer. And yeah, that's going to work for this person and that person. That's making that one happy. But meanwhile, the blacks and Hispanics, they're all working together to get the white people out of their jobs. And to make them sick to where they can't come back to work. Or there's no openings for them to come back to work. Then they lose their cars and their homes. Or homes and then their cars. Fuck you. Fuck you. Goodbye.